When Bilbo opened his eyes, no one was anywhere near. He could hear nothing, see nothing, and he could feel nothing except the stone floor.
Goodness, it's incredibly dark here. I can't see my right from left, up from down. I think I'm lost. Maybe if I slowly feel my way around, I'll find the exit.
Suddenly his hand met what felt like a tiny ring of cold metal.
What's this? A ring? How peculiar. I'll hold on to this.
Bilbo put the ring in his pocket almost without thinking. Suddenly, he trotted into icy cold water. Bilbo stopped and listened hard, and he could hear drops dripping from an unseen roof into the water below, but there was no sound of water flowing. Deep down here by the dark water lived old Gollum, a small slimy creature. He was dark as darkness. He lived on a slimy island of rock in the middle of the lake. Bilbo could not see him, but Gollum was watching him now from a distance. Gollum got into his little boat and shot off from the island. Bilbo was sitting on the water's brink at the end of his way, and his wits, when up paddled Gollum.
Bless us and splash us, my precious. What's this? A tasty morsel.
Who are you?
What is he, my precious?
I am Mr. Bilbo Baggins. I have lost the dwarfs and the wizard, and I don't know where I am.
Perhaps ye sits here and chats with it a bitsy, my precious. Does it like riddles?
Very well. You ask first.
What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees. Up, up it goes, and yet never grows.
Easy. A mountain. It's a mountain.
Does it guess easy, my precious? It must have a competition with us. If Precious asks, and it doesn't answer, we eats it. And we doesn't answer, then we does what it wants. We shows it the way out.
All right. 30 white horses on a red hill. First they champ, then they stamp, then they stand still.
Teeth, teeth, but we has only 6, my precious. Voiceless it cries, wingless flutters, toothless bites, mouthless mutters.
Just a moment. Win, of course.
Gollum was getting angry, and also tired of the game. This back and forth had made him very hungry indeed. Gollum got very close to Bilbo, and Bilbo could tell just how frustrated he was.
It's got to ask us another question, my precious. Yes, yes, just one more question to guess. Ask us, ask us.
What have I got in my pocket?
Not fair, it isn't fair, my precious, is it, to ask us what it's got in its nasty little pockets is.
Bilbo had been talking to himself, but Gollum had thought it was a riddle. Having nothing better to ask, Bilbo stuck to his question.
What have I got in my pocket?
It must give us 3 guesses, my precious 3 guesses.
Very well, guess away.
Handses.
Wrong.
Fish bones, goblin's teeth, wet shells, a bit of bat wing, a sharpening stone to sharpen his fangs on, a knife.
Wrong.
Egg.
Time's up.
String, or nothing.
Both wrong.
Egg.
Now, you must show me the way out.
No.
What about your promise? You must show me the way out.
Did we say so, precious? Show the nasty little Baggins the way out. Yes, yes, but what has it got in its pockets is, ugh.
A promise is a promise.
Cross it is, impatient precious, but it must wait. Yes, it must. We can't go up the tunnel so hasty. We must go and get some things first. Yes, things to help us.
Well, hurry up.
Bilbo thought he was just making an excuse and did not mean to come back. Gollum was angry now and hungry. Not far away was his island, of which Bilbo knew nothing about. And there in his hiding place he kept a few wretched oddments, and one very beautiful thing. Very beautiful, very wonderful. He had a ring, a golden ring, a precious ring.
Where is it? Where is it? Lost it is, my precious. Lost, lost. Curse us and crush us, my precious.
Gollum wanted it because it was a ring of power, and if you slipped that ring on your finger, You were invisible. Only in the full sunlight could you be seen. Gollum had to find it, and returned to land to continue his search.
Where is it? Where is it? It's lost.
Well, so am I, and I want to get unlost. I won the game. If you promise, you only let me out, and then go on with your search.
No, not yet, Precious. We must search for it. It's lost.
What have you lost? Tell me that.
What has it got in its pockets is?
What have you lost?
What have you got in your pockets?
What is this in my pocket? I wonder.
Bilbo put his left hand in his pocket. The ring felt very cold as it quietly slipped onto his forefinger. Gollum hissed at him. Bilbo turned now and saw Gollum standing very close. Terrified, he tried to run, but suddenly he struck his toes on a snag in the floor and fell flat. Gollum didn't seem to notice and proceeded to pass him by. Gollum might lead him to some way of escape without meaning to.
Curse it, curse it, curse the Baggins. He's found it. Yes, he must have. It doesn't know what the ring can do. It'll just keep it in its pockets. It's tricksy. It doesn't say what it means. It knows a way in. It must know a way out.
Bilbo hurried after him, still cautiously. It seemed that the ring he had was a magic ring. It made you invisible. Gollum had brought Bilbo to the way out after all.
Thief, thief, Baggins. We hates it. We hates it. We hates it forever.
Bilbo slowly but swiftly crept past Gollum, trying with all his might not to make any sounds. Gollum was angry and hissing, moving back and forth. Bilbo slowly but swiftly crept past Gollum. The passage turned a corner. He saw a glimpse of light, a pale out-of-doors sort of light. Then Bilbo began to run.